What's good, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge. We are powered by SportsLine. As always, I am the coach. We're here every single day. We're in your feed before 11 a.m. If you don't follow us, what in the world are you doing? Go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications. If you listen to the audio version, do it at Apple, do it at Spotify. Be a part of the community. Kind of a rough day on a Monday, and I've learned that our show has become so incredibly popular because apparently when I use certain words to describe an under in the NBA, all of a sudden I become the godfather of basketball, according to many of you. Rough day for the Panthers, too. We had a 2-goal lead going into the third period, and they decided they didn't want to play defense. However, we still won on the money line, but the Jeweler's Gym parlay didn't come through. But as the maestro says, on to the next. Let's bring in the stars of the show. We're running 3 wide today. M Squared, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Unfortunately, my Cubs over got postponed yesterday and sat on the sidelines and watched, but got a couple plays I love today ready to go.
It had to kill you to just be a spectator yesterday. I know you. Yeah. I know you.
Yeah, especially in that spot. It was just we got a full run of closing line value. That doesn't happen often in Major League Baseball with a total like that. So, yeah, it was definitely frustrating to not get that one in.
Oh, I see that Chief is fired up and ready to go. I know we've got a good Chiefs dog of the day. Zack Attack on a Tuesday. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. I've got an X-team theme today on all plays today. I'm ready for pre-Cinco de Mayo innings.
That is a hell of a tease. And Maestro, hello, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Yeah, 1-2 on the show, but did give out a winner on Twitter. Also had another winner on SportsLine. 3-2 overall. I'm not going to complain, but let's get better today.
Speaking of SportsLine, don't forget, use that promo code EDGE. We're going to give you the first 30 days for free, and then after that, you're going to be playing with house money anyway. There is no better value in sports betting than SportsLine. Use that promo code EDGE. Okay, let's get into it now. Storylines that could affect the betting lines, and I think we've decided as a show, no more NBA unders, but we still need to know the NBA news. M Squared, go ahead.
All right, let's start with the Phoenix Suns. Jay Crowder has already been ruled out. Cameron Payne is questionable. They are 13-point road favorites over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Darius Garland has already been ruled out for the Cavs, but big spread there to watch. For the Charlotte Hornets, Devontae Graham out. Gordon Hayward is nearing his return, but it looks like it's probably not going to happen until next week. On the other side, they're playing the Detroit Pistons, who everyone is questionable tonight. Killian Hayes played last night, doubtful. Dennis Smith Jr. is out, but Mason Plumlee, Corey Joseph, Wayne Ellington, Jeremy Grant, and Rodney Magruder are all listed as questionable. I would expect at least 3 of those players to play in this game on the second night of a back-to-back, but we're not going to have that news for several hours. For the Dallas Mavericks, Kristaps Porzingis, doubtful. Maxi Kleber, questionable. On the other side, Victor Oladipo remains out. Tyler Hero out for Miami. Andre Iguodala, questionable. For the Sacramento Kings, De'Aaron Fox out. Harrison Barnes, doubtful. Tyrese Halliburton, who just suffered that injury, he is out, going to be out for at least a week. They are taking on Oklahoma City Thunder. Mike Muscala is the only one really listed out on that side of the ball for now, but definitely something to keep an eye on this afternoon. For the Golden State Warriors, Kelly Oubre remains out. For the Toronto Raptors, Fred VanVleet is now upgraded to in. Gary Trent Jr. and OG Anunoby remain out. And then on the Clippers side, Serge Ibaka out for this one. Watch out. It's another spot where they're double-digit favorites. It wouldn't shock me at all to see one other Clippers player rest in this game.
All right. Thank you, Mike. It's amazing how much your report is affected later that particular night, man. It's amazing. I just want to get to the playoffs. We'll see if we have a play on the NBA today. All right, I want to make sure no storylines. Maestro, Zach, you guys are good?
I'm good. Let's do it,
okay.
Coach.
Okay, you're good. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's jump right into our board. Now, I do want to say this really quickly, that when I give out SportsLine plays, I had one follower today who actually thinks that these are my picks. These are the SportsLine model, the simulations picks. So don't put your venom at me. Okay, you can put your venom at me. Okay, only one play today on SportsLine, because I think SportsLine got scared a little bit. White Sox Reds over 9 at 6:40 Eastern, first pitch. This comes from Justin Perry's incredible SportsLine handicapper. Now the over in Reds home games, almost a sure thing this year. 11-3 as of Sunday. And now the very powerful White Sox lineup rolls into town. This one should sail on the over. All right, It's that time of the show. You know I love doing it. He's on a roll right now. M squared. Give it to me.
All right, let's start with another total. We're going to be taking the over 9 runs at plus 100 in the Atlanta Braves-Washington Nationals game. This is a road game for the Braves at Nationals Park. One thing I think some people may not understand about Nationals Park, we look at the Braves Stadium and think that is one of the best hitters parks in baseball. Well, at Nationals Park here, that is not far behind. Nationals Park is a top 6 park in Major League Baseball in terms of park factor. I love this spot here. So the weather is actually going to be helping us quite a bit. You know, you guys love the little air density talk, but again, low air density. As long as we don't get rained out here in this one, 75 degrees, the humidity is going to be up over 75%. We do have wind blowing out to center field. All great things. Now factor in the fact that the Braves are going to get a guaranteed 9th inning team at bat. Anytime you can give that lineup an extra guaranteed at bat like that, that is impactful on the total. On the national side, Juan Soto might return today. And then let's look at the pitchers quickly. Joe Ross, 330 actual weighted on base average. His expected number, 368. Inoa has one of the biggest deltas so far. He's in 277 actual, looks good. However, his expected is 348. Both guys over 530 expected slugging percentage. My median number here is 10.3 runs. Grab it now while you can at even money at 9. Second play, Kansas City Royals, -1.5, plus 140. Like them on the run line here. This pitcher for the Cleveland Indians has really struggled against right-handed batters so far, especially allowing power. He's been good on lefties, but the Royals aren't going to run many lefties out there tonight. Meanwhile, Mike Minor has a lot of experience at dealing with a lineup like this. Overall, it's a great pitching environment tonight, kind of the opposite of the Nationals game. Wind blowing in, low humidity, temperature's going to drop below 60 degrees. That's going to help Mike Minor a lot more than it's going to help the Indians side of the ball. So give me the Royals -1.5, plus 140.
I love when you find those pitching edges, and for that reason, at plus 140, I'm going to make that our Chiefs dog of the day. Chiefs dog of the day.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. I love when a production comes together. All right, Zack Attack. I feel really good about your picks. I love when our picks kind of overlap, but they're not the same. What do you got for us today?
We'll start in the NBA, Coach. Dallas getting 4 against the Miami Heat. An odd one here, Coach. Dallas, in their last 9 games, they've lost to just one team, but those 3 losses were all against the Sacramento Kings. But you look at Dallas, they're not known for being a defensive team. Their earlier matchup this year against Miami Heat, they limited them to 83 points, by far their best effort all season long. And I think that has to do with Josh Richardson, the ex-Miami Heat player. He knows that playbook. And in that game, they limited Jimmy Butler to 0 for 6 shooting. And then in baseball, we'll go with the Tampa Bay Rays -110. The Angels came back yesterday from a 10-game road trip. They looked road fatigued. They lost 7-3. Now you put Alex Cobb on the mound. He hasn't made it to the 3rd inning in consecutive starts. And once again, he'll be facing his former team. I think that pressure is going to be too much for him. We know the Rays will ride that bullpen for 5 to 6 innings today. And then our last play will be the Kansas City Royals. The Royals come into this game 2 straight losses, but I think it's a good bounce back spot for them. The Indians had not won consecutive road games until yesterday. I think that's why we've seen this price rise on the Royals side of things. And the ex-player, again, Carlos Santana, he's hitting the ball very well. 8-game hit streak, 7 runs in his last 5 games. I think they're going to cruise tonight, and I like Mike's play as well.
Yeah, so if you don't like the Royals in the run line, because some people don't like to do that, just know that Zack Attack is backing that pick up. He likes them on the money line. So either way, whatever you feel most comfortable with, it's your decision at home. Let me clarify that. It's your decision. All right, Maestro. I feel like this is a really good spot for you today. Let's go.
All right, Coach. Well, I'm going to have a couple plays on props, but I'm going to release those later on Twitter. Just still waiting for some numbers that I really like, and better to wait. And then in baseball, you know, Mike worried me a little bit with his speech about the Braves starter, but I just think Joe Ross is gonna get hit pretty hard by this Braves lineup. And I'm going to play the Braves in the first 5 because their bullpen is shaky. I believe that's a 4.72 ERA. And I know what Mike said, but 34 Ks, 6 walks, and only 27 innings. I think he does a good enough job holding down the Nats. I'm going to play the Braves in the first 5 innings. They've lost 4 in a row. The Nats have won 4 in a row. I think we're getting some value because of that, and that's going to be my only play today.
And don't forget to follow Larry on social media, as a lot of the props, as many of you know by now, they don't come out till a little bit later in the day. So he releases one, sometimes two later in the day. We're also milling around doing some content in the afternoon because a lot of you like to be interactive with us on social media. So we're thinking about that as well. All right, we're up against it. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap. M squared, he's on the Royals run line, -1.5. That's +140, so that's really good value today. And then his second play, the Braves and Nationals over 9. That's coming back at +100. Zack Attack, he's on the Mavericks, +4 over the Heat. Rays, -110 out here on the West Coast over the Angels, and the Royals, -135 on the money line if you so choose. Then the Maestro, one play today. Braves on the first 5 money line. Make sure it's the first 5 money line, -130. And then from SportsLine, White Sox Reds over 9. That's from Justin Perry. I do want to clarify one more time that our SportsLine plays are either from the simulation models or from our experts. One or the other. They're not from me. Just to clarify. All right. Also, for those of you listening on Apple and Spotify, the Jeweler's Gym parlay of the day. We're going to go White Sox Reds over 9. The Royals on the money line. And then don't forget Champions League action today. Tom Fornelli, he's on Man City in the game from our Champions League episode. We're on the over in this play. That from our exclusive European soccer model. You can watch this game live today, 3 Eastern on Paramount+. You wrap all 3 of those together, it's coming back at +417, courtesy of the jeweler. You've got your marching orders. Don't forget later today, a special golf episode, Wells Fargo Championship. We do exclusive shows every single week now. Let's take every single ticket straight to the pay window for the Maestro, for Zack Attack, for Chief and his dog of the day, and M squared, and the jeweler. I am the coach. Remember, this is the only place 7 days a week for your early edge. Good luck.